Welcome back to the channel, guys. This trip is from Central Florida to Montreal, Quebec, Canada. As you can see here, we're making our way through customs. This is the Pierre-Elliott Trudeau International Airport. The airport is a good size, it's very clean and modern, and it had some really cool artwork scattered throughout. We made our way to the section of the airport in which you can pick up an Uber. We didn't get a rental this time because upon doing research we found that parking in the city was a complete nightmare. Just a 20-minute ride from the airport to our hotel, we dropped off our stuff and were ready to hit the streets and roll. This is less than 1 block from our hotel, and it's a higher end shopping district similar to what you'd find in, say, Upper 5th Avenue, New York. We are on about a 2-mile walk, making our way through the heart of downtown and heading to the water. Also, if you didn't know, Montreal is an island and it's in the province of Quebec, Canada. As we continue on our walk, notice how the architecture of the city completely changes. The official language of Montreal is French. It is the second largest French-speaking city in the world after Paris, even though I must say most people do also speak English. The sanitation workers had their music blasting as they were hustling their work. Now we've made our way to Old Port. It is a historic area located along the St. Lawrence River. Here you'll find parks, museums, as well as ports and docks for multiple different sizes of boats. Have you ever heard of a show called Cirque du Soleil? Well, Cirque du Soleil was originated in Montreal, and here are the tents. After that, we walked by this place that we thought was pretty cool. It's a complete bounce house park for kids. Now we're going to head down to the St. Lawrence River and get a different look at Montreal from the water. Taking a different perspective to look at the city from the water, it really does look beautiful. There is an island that divides the current that comes down the river from the Niagara Falls. Notice how rough the current is just a few feet away. We did not cross because we were in an electric boat. That island was built so well that just on the other side is a massive luxury yacht dock. Our guide was telling us that the dock provided personalized services to cater to the needs of the discerning yacht owners and their guests. Typically, these boats don't stay here more than about 5 to 6 months a year because, as we know, Canada gets very cold and sometimes this area actually freezes over. After this, we got off the boat and got on land to explore some more. Montreal is a vibrant and culturally diverse city. It's often referred to as the cultural capital of Canada due to its thriving art scenes, festivals, and diverse communities. We did over 7 miles walking in just one day. Now we're in Chinatown, and it's located in the Ville Marie borough of Montreal. This is one of the oldest and largest Chinatowns in Canada and North America. There's a large selection of Chinese and Vietnamese restaurants offering dim sum, Peking duck, hot pot, and more. For the most part, Chinatown is located between St. Laurent Boulevard and St. Urbain Street. Montreal is known for their concerts, events, and festivals that are put on almost year-round at no cost to the public. There are countless city squares and parks scattered throughout the city. Montreal is also a hub for higher education and research, including universities such as McGill University, Concordia University, and Université de Montréal. We're making our way now to an area called Old Montreal. Old Montreal is one of the oldest urban areas in North America, and it was established in 1642 by a French colony. The neighborhood is well known for its well-preserved historic buildings and cobblestone streets. Many of the buildings date back to the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. Some of the architectural styles featured are French colonial, Victorian, and neoclassical. We are on St. Paul Street now, and it's very popular, especially in the summer months because of its outdoor terrace, street performers, and vivid culture and entertainment. Montreal is known for getting quite cold, but we visited towards the beginning of June and the temperature was a high of about 75. Notice over the next 10 seconds how the architecture completely changes. I have actually never seen a city that looks like this place. As we continued on our journey, we ended up randomly walking through a very colorful part of town. The next day we took a hike up a giant hill, and as we were making our way up, Amber ended up making a new friend and she was walking with us. Now we're at the St. Joseph's Oratory, and it's a Roman basilica located on the west side of Montreal. Construction started in 1924 and it was completed in 1967. At the top there's great views of the city. We got done with that and then we head back to the shopping district, which is kind of where our hotel is, and we went down to this mall area that had a massive food court and it was all located underground. The next day we decided to head to another museum. By the way, if you want to protest in Canada, you actually are going to need a permit to do so, and there's always police presence if you do. Now we're at Pointe-à-Calière. This is a renowned museum known for archaeology and history. Again here as well, a lot of the exhibits are found underground. The museum is built on an important historical site which includes numerous archaeological remains. Some of the remains even date back to the indigenous settlements and early days of Montreal's colonization. The pathways and walkways to visit the different exhibits were some of the coolest that I've ever seen, and I've been to quite a few museums. These cutouts in the ground show the gradual progression of the construction in Old Montreal. The museum features a variety of permanent and temporary exhibitions that includes various aspects of French and British colonial periods. They also hold public events and lectures as well as workshops of history, archaeology, and various cultural topics. This exhibit here featured pirates that came down the St. Lawrence River looking to stake claim to the land. We spent a good bit of time here in this exhibit because there was a lot to do, and me and Amber ended up playing a digital battleship game and she ended up winning. Now we went underground to a different building that had a temporary exhibition. It's called Egypt 3 Millennia on the Nile. With its 3,000-year history, ancient Egypt is one of the world's longest-lasting, most brilliant civilizations. This exhibition examines the lives of the women, men, children who made up the Egyptian people. One of my favorite parts from this exhibit was when they broke down the different people of the community, including the pharaoh, the scribe, the embalmer, the priest, and more. In total, we spent about 2.5 to 3 hours here, but like I said, this is a traveling exhibition. It's only there from April 23 to October 23. Now we hop on Coach Canada as we take a 2-hour ride to Quebec City. One thing we were not ready for was from Montreal to Quebec City, there was a 30-degree drop in temperature. Our tour guide was pretty cool. She was holding up her umbrella like that, and we were calling her Mary Poppins, just between me and Amber. Alright, here's some history on Quebec. It was founded in 1608, making it one of the oldest European settlements in North America, and it played a significant role in the fur trade and the establishment of New France by the French colonial empire. Quebec City is often considered one of the most European cities in North America due to its strong French heritage, and primary language spoken here is of course French. Now we're on about a 20-minute ride that leaves right out of town to the Montmorency Falls. At 273 feet tall, it's actually taller than Niagara Falls. We made it back around lunchtime to do a little bit of shopping and to get lunch, check out the restaurants that were in the area. They have festivals here multiple times a year, and they also have art galleries, museum theaters, and music venues. One thing that I definitely did like to see a lot was the art painted on the side of buildings in multiple different places in Quebec. We tried the poutine, which is a popular dish here, then we went for a hike to burn it all off. We also did a lot of walking here. The elevation change is absolutely incredible. The city is situated alongside the banks of the St. Lawrence River, which historically has been an important transportation route. The economy here is pretty diverse. It encompasses industries such as technology, tourism of course, finance, and manufacturing. As you can see here, as we continue to walk, we keep on going up and up in elevation. They were setting up for an outdoor music festival, and by the way, Canadians, they love Subway because everywhere you go, you always see a Subway. After this, we were making our way back down towards the St. Lawrence River, and you see the wind, it was absolutely insane. It was almost blowing you over. I definitely ended up buying a sweatshirt. We ended up going down to check on the port before we hopped on the bus and headed back to Montreal. And as usual, thanks for watching.